there, Postal here. So today we're taking out the FJ-1. I really liked this plane when I first got it. You know, it's a simple progression from the P-51H. Right, you've got more speed, more maneuverability. Your guns are a little bit stronger. Not that that makes a huge difference when you're, you know, when you've just got 50 cal machine guns, but they are a little bit stronger. I think they reach a little bit further is the difference between this and the Tier 8. And they're all centrally located, which is really nice. It really is an F-86 like Junior. But there's a problem with being an F-86 Junior, and now that I've had it a while, and I got it before specialization was a thing, and so I don't have this plane specialized. But now specialization is a thing. Where this used to be just a really good, like, you know, well-balanced plane. Like, it wasn't the best, literally wasn't the best at anything. Now, unless you've got it specialized, it's not the best at anything. In fact, it's just on the weaker side of everything. At least when you run into specialized ME-1092, or a specialized FJ-1, or a specialized F-60, or a specialized MiG-9, or, you know, just go down the list of the Tier 9 fighters, and you're going to say to yourself, okay, Postal, we get it. But that really is the thing. Specialization at this tier goes so far because you get so many extra slots, equipment slots. You get so much extra consumables that you can use that you don't get, you're not used to at Tier 7 and below. And so it really does make a huge difference being able to specialize Tier 8, 9, and 10. So I'll get another, I'll have another opinion on this particular plane once I specialize it. Like I said, if you had asked me 18 months ago, I would have told you this is a great Tier 9 plane, because, you know, the foundation is set that it should be, right? The F-86A is a great plane, and this is basically a Tier 9 version of that in almost every way. But my Tier 10 Sabre is specialized and, like, put ultimate equipment on, so, yeah, why wouldn't it be great? Let's head to the center, see what we can do there. I guess I need to take a look at what I've got to worry about. We've got a Spitfire. That's certainly going to be a pain in the butt. This Vampire, if it ever loads in, is going to be difficult to mess with, too. Oh, he's AFK. Well, sorry, but you're in front of me, dude. And I need kills for specialization. So, let's see what we can do here. Let's get rid of the Spitfire first. My plane is pretty darn maneuverable. It's no Yak and certainly no Spitfire, but it's got decent maneuverability. So let's get rid of what has better maneuverability, so that way I don't need to worry about any maneuverability. Once I specialize it, I'm definitely going to be adding speed to the equation, kind of because this is not, you know. I typically set my planes up, and I definitely play it by ear in a plane-to-plane situation. But I tend to try to max out whatever they're already good at. So if it's already good at, you know, airspeed, I want to make it super fast. There's a point like where just, you know, there's just too much airspeed, and you're like, well, it's kind of a waste of equipment. But this plane's balanced, so, you know, you can set it up for airspeed and you can really maximize airspeed because there's that flexibility. You can set it up for maneuverability, again, because there's that flexibility. There's not like a hard cap. There's no point in being 120 on maneuverability if you can't go very fast, right? And so this plane having kind of low across the board does allow for some flexibility when it comes to what we're going to maximize. I shouldn't say it's low across the board. It's just average across the board. So you might run into a plane that is significantly slower than you. Oh shit. God damn it. It's significantly slower than you, but can certainly outmaneuver you. And so, you know, you want to use your airspeed in that situation. Get away from them. Man, I suck. Oh good, we got both planes. That was stupid. Jim Brown, alright, man. We've already won. Dang it, Jim. Alright, let's head back to the center, I suppose. Actually, we should probably send everybody that way. So yeah, I've got mixed feelings on this plane, because again, when I first got it, and the reason I kept it, because I kept this back in the day when I didn't have, like, you know, hanger slots by the dozen. I kept it because I just really, really enjoyed this plane. And is this vampire still AFK? Dude, you're killing your team here. Normally I'd ignore him, but again, I'm trying to get this plane specialized, so I need every frag I can get. Frag a frag. Wasn't sure if I was going to do that, but I was willing to take the chance. What do we want to do here? Let's actually go head over to here and see what we can defend against over here. Engaging dust boosting. So I'm definitely keeping this plane. I just want to see what it does when it gets specialized and see if it's a plane that I continue to play. You know, I love the F6U, the other American Tier 9 fighter, because I really did maximize its... am I going to get rocketed in the face here? Oh, good. I maximized its airspeed, and I love it for it. And it has really good cannons, and yada yada yada. I can play it in a manner that... you know, I can set up for success. This plane's, you know, just it's not as fast, right? The guns don't hit as hard. Yeah, it's more maneuverable, but it's not maneuverable enough to say, oh, it's a turn fighter. Or, you know, it's gonna, you know, outturn an LA 160 or a Key 162 or a Yak 19. Any of that kind of stuff is still gonna be able to outturn me. And so you're almost playing this like you would a multi-roll, which, I mean, if I want to play a multi-roll, I'd play a multi-roll. I don't mind the weak guns, but I want a little bit more speed and more maneuverability, so... We'll see what I can get out of it once I specialize it. In the meantime, we're just going to keep flying this bad boy around and seeing what kind of damage we can do. See if we can set a Japanese plane on fire. I call BS. How is he not on fire? So mediocre at best, and honestly, all the games I've had in this plane since I've been flying it have been right about here. We've had a handful of games that were really, really quickly finished, and then, you know, whether it was quickly finished because my team got raffle stomped or because my team just kind of rolled. But either way, I don't feel like... So, fighters in general, and what I mean by fighters is like the light type fighters in this game in general, aren't the best at carrying games. Like, heavy fighters are much better at it. They've got bigger cannons. They've got better speed. They can go to where they need to be. And they don't take long in killing the enemy aircraft. Fighters in general, you know, take longer to kill things. They're slower to get to a new sector. Yeah, they maneuver better, but, you know, that's only so much good that can do for you. This plane specifically, right now, really feels like it's just there to be a part of the battle. It's a complete support vehicle. It isn't really going to dictate anything, and as you saw in this particular battle, I didn't really dictate anything. I just kind of floated around and went where it seemed like I was going to be best. You know, there's a vampire on the enemy team that didn't do anything, so it gave us a little bit more flexibility, a lot more flexibility, because a specialized vampire on the enemy team can almost certainly outmaneuver me, probably outboost me. Actually, let me see if I can even compare it to my vampire. Come on, load up. Meh. Yeah, so airspeed's higher on my vampire. It's slightly lower on maneuverability. Altitude performance is quote-unquote lower, but, you know, we all know how that can sometimes, especially with the British planes, those British planes can exceed their quote-unquote altitude performance. So who knows what that guy built his vampire for. I've seen a lot of vampires that have a lot of maneuverability. Yeah, so... we were really lucky in this battle where I was able to kind of just at least I went to a sector and was able to do what I wanted to do there. You can't always do that in a non-specialized FJ-1. You're gonna get stuck in situations very often where you run into, you're gonna F6U you won't see very often, but Yak 19s you see all the time, right? And Yak 19 is gonna start off with better maneuverability, and hell, mine's got better freaking airspeed because it's specialized, so I can't even outrun a Yak 19. Sad. MiG-9 is probably already got better airspeed to start off with, and if mine's not specialized, but if they specialize it, it could have even better airspeed and better maneuverability, right? Altitude performance is the same. That's actually kind of surprising, but that's a good thing to know that I've got decent altitude performance compared to a MiG-9. LA-160 and a Ki-162, basically the same planes. These don't technically have more maneuverability than me, but keep in mind I've built mine for maneuverability. If there's a specialized plane, of one of these two planes, it's got the ability to, have better airspeed, have better maneuverability. Definitely better maneuverability just because it's already got a better maneuverability platform. The Attacker is one of those, you see, and by the way, you don't see the LA-160 or the Ki-162 all that often. Just like you don't see a TA-183 very often. But TA-183 is going to have more airspeed out of the box, so to speak. Definitely worse maneuverability, but the guns on this and the airspeed on this allow it to as specialized, have a bigger impact on a battle than an FJ-1. What you will run into quite a bit is the ME-1092, which, again, mine's not specialized, but you see them specialized to the hilt, and even just a stock one has the same basic airspeed and the same basic altitude performance and much better guns. And keep in mind, my FJ-1 I've got set for maneuverability, so my maneuverability is kind of buffed based on that. So my maneuverability is showing 77 in an FJ-1. I don't think I've got the... I've got this one. I just threw freaking equipment that I had for free lying around. So it's built for like armor, which is just stupid and ridiculous. If I actually had this plane set up, obviously I haven't flown this plane in a long time either. If I had this plane set up how I would want to set it up, it would be a combination of this will probably be a maneuverability and this will probably be an airspeed. I don't know, vice versa. I'd probably put wrong thing. I'd probably put polished skin on here. And like something like this on here for the time being. And then once I specialize it, I might put I might switch it up. I might put this as maneuverability and put an extra engine thing here. We'll see. But this is just completely stock. Like, it's literally stock equipment, right? And yet it's not like super outperformed by the FJ-1. If you look at what the stock maneuverability on an FJ-1 is, there's not a huge difference. Yeah, the 1092 has worse, but it's not such a big difference that you're like, man, I can totally outturn a 1092. That's just not true. It's basically whoever's behind the other one first is going to win that duel, because you're not going to be able to outturn them very well. And we're talking stock planes. We're not talking about 1092s with, the top level of specialization on them. And you're going to run into that a lot. And the 1092's guns are killer. They will melt you in seconds if you're not paying attention to the map, you'll be dead before you even realize you're being hit. Another plane that you run into quite a bit, not as much, but quite a bit, is the Attacker, which has more airspeed, and technically it starts with more maneuverability out of the box. And you've got 420mm cannons on the Attacker. The weakness of that is they're on the wings instead of on the cowling or on the hub. There is no hub, obviously. There's no propeller engine, but they're not centrally located, so that can be kind of a weakness in a dogfight. But again, out of the box, the thing that the Attacker that is weak in compared to the FJ-1 is altitude performance, and that can be mitigated. So, the FJ-1 is just kind of in a bad spot, to be honest, at least as a stock plane. It really does need to have specialization to be relevant, and I'm not even sure specialization makes it relevant. We'll have to see, because all these planes I've talked about, the 1092, the Attacker, the Yak 19, the ones that you will see out there more often than not, You see a MiG-9 every once in a while. That's really it. You really don't see LA-160s at all. You definitely don't see TA-183s very much, or 162s. F-60 you'll see every once in a while, but these other three are the big three that you'll see, and they're completely specialized. Those players have been playing them for hundreds of battles, maybe hundreds of hours even, and so they've got the ultimate equipment, and they've just they've got a pilot that has 10 plus points on it, and that really can put your plane to next level kind of shenanigans. And this is just a tier 9. God forbid you run into stuff at tier 10. So yeah, the FJ-1 is just kind of in a... Before specialization, I thought it was a balanced machine. It wasn't the best across the board at anything, but you could always put it in a position to win against certain planes. You just play with different tactics against certain planes. Now with specialization, I just don't know. I'll have to see once I specialize it, and I'll report back. But yeah, it's not a fun plane right now, and I hate that. I really, really hate that the FJ-1, one of the first jet planes that I had that I really enjoyed, is not fun anymore. Anyway, do you agree with my assessment on this plane? Do you have it stock and you just kick ass and you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about? Maybe I've got it set up on the wrong equipment. Maybe I've got it set up on the wrong pilot skills. Give me a heads up. Or is it as weak as I'm saying right now? We're going to see what it looks like once I specialize it, which of course means I need to fly it more. But otherwise, we'll keep at it. Anyway, so also in the background here, so I know I am kind of just getting off. Here's the F-82E, which is what I saw when the whole reason I started playing the FJ-1 today was because I saw a picture of these with these, and I was like, oh yeah, FJ-1. I wish you were able to kind of click on some of the stuff around here and see, like, what are you trying to teach me? What are you trying to tell me about this? What is this thing here? Don't know. That's clearly the F-82E. Here's something that's hidden. And yeah, it says gifts delivered. I'm trying to count how many gifts are delivered. It's got the dates here. 22 to... I'm not quite sure how the dates are set up. Oh, that's the hours. Oh, I'm like, what? I thought these were dates. I'm like, what is this? But that's the hours. So 10:05 to 10:25, 10:30 to 10:45, 11:15 to 11:30. Huh. I wonder what that's about. Oh, and then we've got the... this is the British multi-role line that they had going on. Was it the end of last year? Or was it the end of 2018? I don't even remember. But yeah, we've got your Seahawk, your Tempest, your Typhoon. Oh, and that's the, what is it, PV3 or whatever that one is. So, I don't know if they're showing that us because they're reminding us of things that we've gotten in the past, or if they're showing it to us because maybe we'll be getting the chance at some new things, aka this. Maybe we'll be able to earn that. That'd be cool, because I don't know what it is. Well, from what I've read about it, it's a P-82B, which they had last year, but without the pod. So how are you going to balance this? Is tier 8 heavy plane without the pod, so I think it's going to have more airspeed, or more altitude performance, or more maneuverability. I wonder how many guns it's going to have, because I couldn't really quite find that. If it just has... I'm assuming it's not going to have 6 machine guns. I'm assuming it's going to have, like, more than 6. I don't know, 8, 9, 12. But we'll see when it comes out and see what we get stuck with, or what we can try to earn. Hopefully, I'm hoping it's not a pay only. I'm hoping I can try to earn it, kind of situation, like we did with like we've done with the F5F, or the Horton, or the BVP 203 that came out a couple years ago. That's a really good plane. I would like it if this had some cannons, but it won't, because it's American cannons. Well, I can't say that completely, but it doesn't seem like it's going to have cannons. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it gets some decent cannons to go with the machine guns. Anywho, oh my god, I've been rambling here. How long is this freaking video? These videos coming forward will be a little bit sporadic, considering the holidays and everything that's coming up. I don't have off until Christmas Day, so I don't know about posting an actual video on Christmas. We shall see. We'll see what I can do. Anyway, If I don't catch you between now and Christmas, Merry Christmas. Otherwise, I will definitely see you next week for sure. I will be streaming this Saturday for sure as well. And we'll have fun doing that for sure. Have a great day. Bye.